called to order this regular meeting of the Kingman Unified School District. If you'll stand and recite the pledge, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have our roll call. Tony Henry here.
Lori Grant here. Susan Collins here.
Roger Cox here.
So we have a quorum. That takes us to item number 4 on the agenda, a call to the audience. I do have one, Mr. Baird.
Madam President, members of the board, Superintendent Dorner. I'm here tonight, 2 things. I know that the block schedule is on the agenda for an update. I think that it would be good of us to have the students do a questionnaire. We're 4 weeks in. Now's a good time to get that touchy-feely, see where they're at, see what they think, rather than just our admin side of the house and teachers. Maybe time to see what the kids think about all this. My second one has to do with technology in the classroom. Used to be we allowed kids to bring in their computers if they had them, or their iPads. I know the cell phones is against the law, and I'm not advocating for that. What I am advocating for is that we open a BYOD section on our internet wireless for our kids to bring in their own personal devices, computers or iPads. Because we already have the law about our cell phones, that should be no problem. Because also as part of, the teachers have a BYOD network that is locked down to the gills. The same procedures that apply to us with IT being able to just boot us when they see us on there if we're doing something wrong would certainly apply to the kids. If they're on obviously a cell phone, they would know that they're not supposed to be. It would be an instant boot. On the other hand, if it says, Chromebook or computer and stuff. We used to have it back in 2008. We had a policy for having computers in the classroom, and it has been since removed. But under INJ or IJNBD, the use of technology resources in education, this would still fall under there and probably would not need to add student other than, because it says everybody, including students, is in this one. So it should be the only thing we have to create is a network either for the kids or the kids join the teacher's network that's already locked down and such. So that's what I'm here to advocate for our kids. We know that we don't have money to buy all computers for every classroom, for every kid in this district. The costs are humongous, but we do have kids that bring their stuff all the time and have no choice but to use their hotspots. And now with the state's current law, the telephones have to be turned off, cannot be on, and that includes for hotspots. So that precludes those students from being able to use their devices and such. So this would alleviate that and help us out with classrooms that might be short on technology, especially at the high school levels and such. And that's it.
Thank you. All right, that will take us to item number 5, reports. Dr. Dorner.
President Henry, members of the board, I would like to invite our academic services team to present this evening. We have Director Liz Alvin, Coordinator ALPS, and all things Summit Academy, Margaret Smith. We have Lindsay Woolsey, and some students who are going to give us updates on our high school pathways.
President Henry, members of the board, I'm excited to be here to present to you a lot of our options that we have available for high schools. Okay, here we go. So we are working on customizing high school experiences for students based on their future story. And so as Dr. Dorner mentioned, we have a lot of people here to present about those things. I will have some information here, and then we'll also be sharing the podium. And we may also refer to some of our high school administrators. We have Principal Ward from Kingman High School and Assistant Principal Murray from Lee Williams, who may be able to answer some questions as well. To begin with, we'll start off with some information about the block schedule. You see in this graphic, we have the block schedule as the base of our high school experiences. And then because of the block schedule, we have the opportunity to provide these 4 experiences for students. We have Flex Academy, we have High School Opportunity Pathway, which is also known affectionately as HOP. We have cross-campus courses as well as the Summit Academy, and these are all ways that students are able to customize their high school experiences. To start with, we have the block schedule. This came about after our town hall experiences with high school students last year. We had a lot of input from what students wanted to see offered to them at the high school level. And so we started planning what this would look like with a team of high school administrators and counselors and teachers on what this could look like. We brought in a trainer from a school that uses the block schedule, and she was able to provide some ideas of how block scheduling could work, along with strategies to keep students engaged because of the extended period for students, because we essentially just about, well, more than double the class period time, so it does take some change in instructional strategies. So as we're preparing for this presentation, I worked with high school leaders to get some celebrations and then what are some challenges and how we're addressing them right now. As Mr. Baer mentioned, I think it will be interesting to get the students' feedback from that as well. So some of our celebrations we have up there, students are participating in customized high school options. Students are able to focus on just 3 classes a day instead of 6. Students are able to take care of their personal needs and social needs during the extended passing period. So we went from a 5-minute passing period to 7-minute passing period, which allows students to get to class and take care of their needs in between classes. They also have plenty of time for lunch. That was another thing we heard at the town hall, was that students need more lunch time, and so the extended time for lunch has given them plenty of time to eat and then also have some downtime away from their classroom instruction. We have teachers that are branching out and trying new instructional strategies to increase student engagement. And then we also are excited that we have schools that are sharing teachers and staff to that are very specialized. And so we'll hear a little bit more about how block schedule is allowing students to take classes on different campuses. Some of the challenges that we're facing is that it is difficult to change instructional strategies after you've been used to instructing a certain way for an extended period of time. So changing those instructional strategies can be a challenge when you're trying new things. Some solutions that we're working on are professional development opportunities. So we started this with a professional development opportunity back in March, and then that'll be ongoing throughout the year as instructional coaches and administrators are in classrooms and observing the needs that they're seeing from students and teachers, that they can provide those opportunities for teachers to continue to grow in their instructional practices. Another challenge that we're facing is that events like athletics and activities could cause students to miss out of an entire week of class. For example, if something is scheduled on a Monday and Wednesday, students would could potentially miss that entire week of instruction, or Tuesday, Thursday. So a solution is to just really be mindful when scheduling those things to make sure that we're paying attention to making sure they're not on the day that a class meets, both type of days that week. Moving on, we're going to move into our different options that we have available for students. So Flex Academy is students working in online courses from home. This is expanding our instructional time model that we are currently using for our HOP, but this is a little bit different, that students are taking high school classes in our online platform and they have the opportunity to work from home on them. They can be doing a hybrid of some classes at home online, some classes in person at school. We have always had online classes at Kingman High School and Lee Williams High School. We currently have 46 students at Lee Williams taking advantage of the working from home with their online classes. But I will say overall, Kingman High School has 54 students in a total of 59 online courses. Those students are just coming to school and doing them there in the computer lab. So they have a staff member that's in the computer lab with them while they're working on the classes, and they also have a teacher of record assigned to them that does the grading for them and can provide tutoring as needed. So Lee Williams has a total of 329 students that are taking 591 online classes. So you can see that we have some students taking multiple online classes. And so this is a big expansion from last year's online class offerings. We have more students opting to go online, but wanting to stay enrolled at either Kingman High School or Lee Williams High School instead of fully transferring to our online school, which would be Cola High School. Some of the celebrations that we have is the flexibility for students to take online classes on campus, in learning labs, or from home. They have mentor support for online students to make, they're watching their progress in their classes. If they see students that are either failing or getting behind on the pacing, the mentor is checking in with them to catch them up in their classes. They also are receiving weekly email check-ins from their mentor and then a phone call to the student and the parent if they're getting behind or failing. Students are always welcome to come to work. Even if they are a flex student working at home, they're welcome to come to the school campus and work in the computer lab. And then the teachers of record, or the TORs as we call them, are paying close attention to the students who are working at home. We also have the High School Opportunity Pathway, or HOP. There are 8 Kingman High School students who are in a total of 11 classes, and there are 13 Lee Williams students in a total of 22 classes. This has grown significantly. We've had this in place since last school year. Started small to kind of watch it grow and kind of make sure that our tracking systems are in place appropriately. Last fall, we had 3 students at Kingman High School and 6 students at Lee Williams High School. As the word got out, that increased to the spring of last year. We had 7 students at Kingman High School and 8 at Lee Williams. And it's continuing to grow as students are finding that they can enroll in HOP, which allows them to take classes at Mojave College and earn, it's just another opportunity for them to earn college credit while they're in high school. So students are taking Mojave College's courses using the Early Start Scholarship that's offered by Mojave College, and they count toward high school graduation credits. There's a list of some of the courses that students are taking. There's a range of all content areas. We've got some science, math, history, CTE courses. So students are able to take advantage of those courses that we can't always offer on our high school campuses, so they can go to the college and take those. I am going to turn the podium over to Coordinator Woolsey to talk about the cross-campus courses.
All right, good evening. I'm excited to talk about cross-campus courses. This is something that our board and our community has been asking for. We heard it at our town hall meetings last year. The community wanted students to have classes be accessible that may not actually be on their student's home campus. So some of the classes that students are participating in or have access to are automotive, digital communications, fire service, agri-science, law and public safety, cabinet making, culinary, early childhood, and education professions. So those are classes that are only offered on one campus or the other, and now no matter which campus you attend, you can fill out an application to attend that class on that campus. So we had 9 students apply for classes such as agri-science, ed professions, law and public safety, culinary, and welding. There were some barriers for students, one being that they do need to provide their own transportation. And so we had a few students who were very ambitious, but they don't have a driver's license yet, or they don't have a family member who can drive them. So they're holding off until next year to participate in cross-campus classes. Scheduling conflicts. We have some kids who are doing cross-campus courses. They're also taking classes at MCC. They're taking classes at their home campus. And so sometimes that doesn't always work in their schedule. And And then we do have programs that are at capacity, and so some programs, for example, culinary is at Kingman High School. That program is at capacity right now, and so because they need to serve the students within their boundaries, we're not able to take students from other schools at this time. If there is an opening, then we will definitely call those students and invite them to attend. Right now, we just have 4 students participating. The 2 in the picture there, they are Lee Williams students, and they are taking the agri-science program at Kingman High School. Thought it was kind of cool. The one student wore his Lee Williams shirt on the day we took that photo, so I was like, oh, that sends the message. But I do anticipate that this opportunity will grow and more students will take advantage as they learn more about it. So that is cross-campus courses. I will turn it to Margaret for Summit Academy.
And good afternoon. Thank you for having us. I'm happy to be able to report an update on our Summit Academy. We are currently in our 2nd day of boot camp. Well, tomorrow will be our 3rd day. And you'll see here that on the slide we have 10 official students registered for our Summit Academy. We had a very successful orientation, and that's what our photograph is there of the 10 students. Overall, we spoke to about 32 students. That included mostly seniors. Some were juniors, some were sophomores even, so they're getting some, they're hearing about what the Summit Academy is. And then we scheduled through Mojave College about 16 students, and at the end of June we had 13 students registered, and we are at 10 students with that pioneering spirit to take on our Summit Academy. So it might seem a little daunting because we're like talking to all those students, and we have 10 students out of 32, but it's been so valuable. We've had many conversations about future stories with students and parents, and with all the people in the room, the people from Mojave College, the people from KUSD, counselors, all the important people who know the information. We've been able to give them all the details so that in the end, they're making informed decisions about their own future. And I think that's one of the things that we're really asking for. Is I just want to know what I need to know so I can make and be confident in making that informed decision. So of the 10 students, we have a variety of schedules. Most of them are in the medical field. We have one pursuing a doctor, one who wants to be a doctor. We have a student who wants to be a forensic scientist, and many of them are nurses or on the nursing pathway. And we have a student who is trying to get her phlebotomy certification. We have a student in education and a student in business, so it kind of runs the gamut. So we've been able to streamline the schedules for seniors between high school and college, and we've been able to, hopefully, one of the goals is to help streamline that stress level as well. And also we're happy that having the Summit Academy, it's helped us strengthen our longstanding partnership with Mojave College. And in fact, today I have Miss Tiffany Gaffney here, our Director of Early College at Mojave. So she's here, and we've been working together in pursuit of making sure our students have everything they need for their final year of high school. And I get the honor of introducing, we have 3 students actually. We have Miss Haley Goodgen, who's here to talk to you about our Summit Academy. We have Gracie Schritter, who's also a Summit Academy student, but she's also going to talk to you about our cross-campus and flex experiences. And then we have Elizabeth Rodas Quintanilla, who is going to talk to you about HOP. So I'm going to introduce or bring Miss Haley Goodgen up to the podium first.
Hello, my name is Haley, and I'm on the pathway to become a nurse. As a former patient at the Children's Phoenix Hospital, I understand how frightening it can be as a young child to undergo multiple surgeries. I also know firsthand the profound impact a nurse can have in making that experience less intimidating and more positive. I was fortunate to have an incredible nurse who completely changed my hospital experience, inspiring me to pursue this career. I bring a strong work ethic, deep empathy, and a warm smile. And I hope to make every children's time in the hospital as comforting and uplifting as my nurse once made mine. I chose to attend the Summit Academy because it helps me move towards my future goals more quickly. So far, it has already provided me with amazing opportunities and has been an incredible place to learn and grow. I would highly recommend it to anyone looking for a supportive and inspiring environment. Thank you for everyone who has made this happen, and thank you to Miss Stevenson and Tiffany. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good evening, Ms. President and members of the school board. My name is Gracie Schroeder. I am excited to share my experiences with cross-campus classes in the Summit Academy. With this opportunity, I am able to pursue my goal of becoming a teacher, a middle school teacher. I hope to help students from all backgrounds learn in a variety of ways. I am passionate about breaking barriers for students with learning disabilities. Summit Academy and cross-campus classes are taking my dream of being a teacher and making it a reality. I have support and a helping hand whenever I run into a challenge. When pursuing this pathway, I had one fear that held me back. That fear was missing out on my senior year. My teachers and school counselor made this fear go away quickly. They planned my schedule to ensure that I could still participate in soccer and school events. At first, I was worried about taking a class at a different high school campus, but the staff at KHS helped me find my new class and feel welcome. I also made new friends quickly, and my new teacher helped me feel comfortable and safe. Thank you to the KUC staff and the school board for this opportunity to move ahead in my education and my future career.
Hey, my name is Elizabeth Verdes Quintanilla, and I am a junior in Kingman High School. I will be taking Bio 181 this fall, starting August 18th, and it's all thanks to HOP. I am essentially able to hop to the college and get credits in both high school and college, and HOP gives me the opportunity to be able to finish up my prerequisites to go into Mojave College's nursing program my senior year in the spring. And yes, you heard that right. I finished my nursing assistant classes my sophomore year, and we'll be doing the actual nursing classes in the spring of my senior year. Not only that, it lets me feel the experience of being a college student, which is completely different than being a high school student. I would still be graduating in the year 2027 from high school and be able to participate in all the senior activities, and thanks to the Anchor program, which I think is a new program that lets me be a full-time college student in my nursing classes with just by taking global perspectives of Miss Stevenson. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
A huge thank you to the three of you for sharing. I think we're all in tears and inspired right now.
Yes.
But I also do want to thank everybody who has made this possible. It'd be remiss to not recognize the work and the hours, months, years that have gone into it. It began with Dr. Dorner pre-COVID. COVID put she was talking about early college with MCC at the time, and COVID kind of put that to a halt. But it did open doors to other opportunities. We were able to start our AOI, our Arizona Online Instruction, which is Cola High School and Middle School. It also allowed us to implement the instructional time model, which is our HOP program. Then last school year, we actually launched the HOP program. We launched the cross-campus courses to get students all these ways to learn across all of the sites. And then of course the early college program, which is Summit Academy, just that additional pathway to earn college credit while in high school. So we thank everybody in KUSD who's been part of it, our support staff, teachers, counselors, administrators at both the school and district level, and you as well for helping to pave the way to these possibilities, as well as our partners at Mojave College with Tiffany, we work super closely with, and then Wade, Amy West, and also Lindsay as thank you, I lost my words, liaison to Wade. Everybody's visions have made these pathways possible. So we're very excited that we're expanding these opportunities for KUSD students and giving them more choices than ever before to graduate prepared for college, career, and life as informed and engaged citizens. Thank you.
I think there's going to be a couple questions.
Okay, so one, have we
we heard any feedback from the professors at Mojave College and how our students are being received, not only from the professor's point of view, but also from the other students? Because, you know, typically at a community college, there's all different ages. So I was just wondering if we've gotten any early feedback.
So our classes haven't started yet until August 18th, so they'll start this coming August with our Summit Academy students. But in some capacity, we've always had our high school students on our campus, whether it's in an online format or on our physical campuses. But they really do like them. Like, they love them and have them on their campus and welcome them just like any of our other students. And they do have the same resources as our other students too. So they have access to tutoring, free tutoring, Student Success Center, where they can kind of help them with time management and things like that, which is, again, what Ms. Stevenson's doing in her boot camp with our Summit students. So I haven't heard any negative feedback, which I'm glad. So I am truly appreciative, so thank you guys for allowing us to have these opportunities with you.
Is there any way that we could have this presentation be shared across social media, the websites at the high school, so we can get the word out?
Yes. So, I'd like to invite, as a follow-up, Lindsay Woolsey, coordinator of our CTE, and she's going to do a follow-up on some exciting things that have recently been happening there.
Yes, so I just wanted to follow up with you about the FBLA Nationals trip, because I think that you had said, hey, don't forget to tell us how it goes. So I have Gage Wolf. He was a senior last year. He graduated from Kingman High School. He was FBLA Vice President of Technical Affairs. Interesting. And he was also our KUSD CTE intern for the summer. And then as of today, he's been hired as a paraeducator here. So kind of fun to see the whole transgression. Anyhow, he collaborated with all of our students who attended FBLA Nationals and created a video so that you can kind of see how it went. So enjoy.
I went to nationals for FBLA, and this is what happened. I learned quite a lot about the people at nationals, but what I think most helpful is how to read people to make a deal that gets us both open. And my favorite workshop that I went to would definitely be choosing the right business school for your future. It gives you a helpful site to tell you what business schools are actually good.
Workshops to gain real-world business knowledge, leadership, and entrepreneurship, and you're able to talk to many different people that have experiences in these fields. And you have so many different opportunities to network with so many others.
Hi, my name is Katie Burks, and I recently attended FBLA's MLC, where I competed in social media strategies. My main takeaway and main thing that I learned in this conference was definitely better communication skills. In more public settings, I'm a bit better at speaking out and maybe learn from those of others, and I tend to have a fear of going up to people, so this definitely helped me with that in more ways than one. Thank you.
We condensed.
I'm going to do a little rundown of how our National Leadership Conference recently introduced a new speaker, which was Carissa Wagner, and she gave a good speech on how to improve our chapters, and she also gave us some advice on how to start businesses. We went off after the opening session and networked with a lot of people. We headed into closing sessions where they announced who all placed and who didn't. Sadly, I didn't place, but it was definitely a fun experience, and I do plan on going next year, and I do plan on placing. Thank you. Bye.
So as James said, we didn't have anyone place this year, but they're ambitious and they plan on going again next year and placing. And I just thought after everything that these students experienced in the FBLA bus accident, they persevered, they got themselves there, they prepared, they were professional, they were impressive, and I'm just super proud of our students and wanted to share with you tonight. So thank you.
President Henry, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing us to be able to celebrate with you and all of the great things that you guys are doing for our students. I know this has been a vision of many of us on the board for students to have many opportunities to be able to pursue and be successful in life. And so thank you for your diligence and hard work, and we look forward to more celebrations to come. So, all right. So that will take us then to item number 6. I wrote all of them on the agenda. Item number 6, the approval of routine orders of business. Are there any items that the board would like to pull? If not, then is there a motion then to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all. All right, that moves us then on to item number 7, to approve the district representatives who participate in special education individual education plans.
Hi, good evening, President Henry, members of the board. We come to you again tonight to ask for approval for some additional district representatives to serve IEP meetings. With over 1,400 special education students, we need extra people at all the times, and these people have now completed their training, so we'd like them to be approved.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Is there a motion to approve the list of representatives?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Any comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. That brings us to item number 8, possible action to approve Enemy Goldbook as sole source vendor for assisting in the development of the IEP programs.
President Henry, members of the board, you received an in-depth sole source determination letter in your packet, so I'll just highlight a few of the key points for the record. Goldbook is a comprehensive digital platform specifically designed to support educators in developing individualized education programs, or IEPs, and delivering specially designed instruction. Due to its unique capabilities and integrated features, Goldbook is the only known platform that meets our district's instructional, documentation, and compliance needs for special education services. This is an annual procurement for $42,245, covering the period from August 15th through June 30th, 2025. It's my understanding that Goldbook did an in-kind of the first 2 months while we were doing our research with other companies, so we did not have the lapse in service. We explored several alternative vendors to determine if comparable services were available. And while some platforms offered components of what we needed, none of them provided the whole solution identical to Goldbook. We considered platforms such as Fast IEP, Parallel Learning, and Easy IEP. However, they were either more expensive, couldn't meet the same caliber of service, or offer the comprehensive tools and features provided by Goldbook. We also reached out to other districts to see if we were missing something. So we looked at Bullhead City School District and Lake Havasu Unified, and they both use Goldbook as well. So based on our review, Goldbook is the only platform that enables our educators to deliver specially designed instruction aligned with IEP goals, supported by real-time data and progress monitoring, and provides an all-inclusive level of support for individualized instruction. approving Goldbook as a sole source vendor will allow the district to use Goldbook without seeking additional quotes, reducing the support or services by going with another vendor, or training 70+ staff members on new software each year. Yes. Any
You
questions?
answered my question,
Okay.
because I was concerned about the lapse and if we had been using it or not using it, so. Answer mine.
So is this loaded onto computers that are used by the school staff?
It's a web-based program. Sorry, it's a web, they can access it from home, they can access it from the school, so it's all web-based.
So can any of the teachers access this or just a special ed?
Just a special education because it's geared towards writing your IEPs and your goals.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, last chance for comments and questions. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 9, possible action to appoint a board member to represent Kingman Unified School District as the district delegate to the ASBA Delegate Assembly to be held on September 6th, 2025.
President Henry, members of the board, this is basically a housekeeping item where we want to have in record, and Board Secretary Patillo can.
Yeah, we just have to submit it to ASBA to let them know who's going to be our board delegate to attend the delegate assembly, I believe, beginning of September. Last year, you guys appointed Tony Henry, and I did send out the email to everybody to see if anybody was interested in going, and Tony was the only one who wanted to go, so I just wanted to make sure everybody was on board with Tony still being your delegate for the board.
I would like to nominate Tony Henry.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I do feel like the law conference is the one that's most beneficial. All right, that takes us to item number 10, the governing board to discuss and may consider action to approve in whole or in part the draft 2026 political agenda of the Arizona School Board Association, ASBA, and direct the district's delegate to the ASBA Delegate Assembly to represent the board's determined position. So there was more or less a 9-page document that we would have had that basically just lists what Arizona School Board Association, or ASBA, what their mission is, what they are trying to accomplish within the state legislature. And so this is just a time for us to review the things that they are advocating for, and if there is anything that we are not for, would like to see added, any changes to be made. This is our opportunity to be part of our minutes and our school district's record for me now as the delegate to present to them during the delegate conference.
So one of the things that stood out to me was under Article 1, Item 16, which states, give districts the authority to provide affordable housing options to faculty and state staff based off of the local housing market. And I just feel like that's really not our place. And so I understand where it's coming from, especially in some of the communities across the state that the cost of living is very expensive. I just don't know that that's where we should be focusing our time and effort.
Yeah, I think that's being brought by a lot of the rural districts who may need like housing camps or, and things like that is one of the reasons that it's on there. So we can choose to not approve that as part of our agenda if we want to remove that. As we make the motion to go forward.
Well, but the language says that we have the authority to, not that we're required to. And I agree, I don't think it's our place as the board for this school district and this community to do that. But I would not want to remove advocacy for districts that do need that.
Any other comments on anything? It's pretty standard for at least the last 3 years.
And the board went through this line by line.
We did last year, we read
year.
it all, because that was really the first year we understood what our responsibility regarding ASBA and this agenda was. Well, is that what you want to do? Read through it line by line? I didn't think it was necessary, but.
I just wanted to get it on the record that we have been through it line by line. There are some minor adjustments, but nothing significant.
I think it's an okay statement to have, understanding that we're not obligated to help them find a place, but we have the authority.
If it's a need on our districts and it's something that the school board wants to pursue, then we could do that. This is just a statement because ASBA advocates for all of Arizona's school boards who hold membership. And these are all items that schools have brought to them and said, will you go to the state legislature and advocate on our behalf for these things that we think are important? And they have a committee that gets together and puts these together. They go through them and they adjust them a lot. Like she said, most of these are wording issues that just kind of change the wording or broaden it a little bit so that there's more area for advocacy in there. So, and then we just we choose to or not to approve it and say yes, run with it on their behalf or on our behalf. Well, if there's no other comments or questions, then would there be a motion then to approve the political agenda, the 2026 political agenda in full?
I'll move to approve the 2026 ASBA political agenda in full.
I'll second that.
Okay. Last chance for comments or questions.
I still am advocating that we focus our attention on other items, but I can have my opinion.
All right. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so that motion still carries. Thank you for your time spent reviewing those. Item number 11 is the first reading of changes in policies as recommended by ASBA.
President Henry, members of the board, as always with the first reading, you can ask questions now, or you can have the month or anybody to come up with questions, but we are available to answer any questions you have right now.
Any questions? I think the only question I had, and I don't think it's come before this board, was from page 13, where it says to choose an option on how hearings for either suspension happen either by policy or by vote. It says that that's supposed to take place at our annual organizational meeting. So
We've always done it by policy.
By policy. And I don't think we've had a vote on that, so maybe that's one of those things we need to add to that calendar.
Yes.
That was my biggest question. Okay, then we shall move on to item number 12, approve a new course for high school, English technical and professional writing.
Yes, hello, President Henry, members of the board. I'm here to present the ABOR-approved technical writing, or technical professional writing, to satisfy an English credit toward high school graduation. The English 136 at Mojave College is a technical professional writing course This is a one-semester course, 0.5 credit, that covers the Arizona Writing Rhetorical Standards for grades 11 and 12. And they focus on developing writing skills for professional and technical contexts. The course covers principles of audience and purpose, analysis, syntax, document design, and the job search process, including resumes and cover letters. Students will learn to write clearly, concisely, and accurately in professional settings. Critical thinking skills are utilized in both reading and writing informational text in the context of that real-world rhetorical situation. And as this class will address the state standards regarding informational text, English 136 is also transferable at the 3 state universities. In addition, this course supports our HOP and Summit pathways by allowing students to earn high school English credit while fulfilling the credits for AJEC or whatever program of study they're choosing. So we are seeking your approval for English 136 Technical and Professional Writing.
So will this be taught on the high school campuses or on the college campus?
It will be taught at the college campuses, like HOP or Summit.
Okay. Is there then a motion to approve the new course? I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
All right, any other comments or questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, item number 13, possible action to approve Kingman Unified School District and school mission statements.
President Henry, members of the board, in order to update the KOSD district and school mission statements with the Arizona Department of Education, the KOSD school board must approve them. You have a copy of them in your packet. They're also posted here and on all of our websites. They were developed either at the district level or at the school level with stakeholder input. We're asking that you approve all of the mission statements so they can be posted on the Arizona School Report Cards website, which is maintained by the ADE School Finance Unit.
I'll make a motion to approve the district and the school mission statements.
I'll second.
Any comments then, or questions?
Thank you all for working hard. I know these are not easy to come up with.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I had noticed several months ago that what was listed there wasn't the same when we were looking at the finance stuff, but I didn't realize that this was part of that process.
We didn't either.
All right, that leads us to item number 14, to approve the listed donations.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Is there a second? Second. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you to our community supporters. All right, that leads us to item number 15, a possible motion to move into executive session per ARS 38-431.03A1 to discuss a request to be released from employment contracts by the 3 names listed.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the regular meeting and go into executive session.
I'll second. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Then we will move into executive session.
Unless you need to be here for an executive session.
I move that we reconvene in regular session.
Is there a second? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So item number 17, possible action on a request by Jason Apodaca, teacher, to be released from his fiscal year 25-26 employment contract effective July 17, 2025.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Mr. Apodaca with an imposition of a fee as well as a reporting to the Arizona Department of Education for a break-in contract.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 18, possible action on a request by Jean Davis, teacher, to be released from her fiscal year 2025-26 employment contract effective July 7th, 2025.
I would like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Jean Davis without imposition of fee, but I would like to direct staff to report the breach of contract to the Arizona Department of Education.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 19, possible action on a request by Elizabeth Coloma, teacher, to be released from her fiscal year 25-26 employment contract effective August 1st, 2025.
I would like to make a motion to accept the resignation of Elizabeth Coloma without imposition of a fee, but would like to direct staff to report to the Arizona Department of Education for a break-in contract.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that takes us to item number 20. Are there any board comments?
I had actually, I guess, 3 of us got to make it down to the first Friday, and I think that it was an amazing showing for education and opportunities to the youth in our community. And I have since heard that it was the highest attended First Friday in history of the First Friday events. And so, thank you to everybody who volunteered to help, both as a part of Kingman Unified School District, but also all of the youth groups and resources in our community. And I thought it was a really great experience.
Did any of you go down the slide?
I did not, but I did spin the wheel.
I went down the slide.
I walked down the slide. But I did not sit down.
I spent way too many hours on the school bus.
It was a very nice setup, the way you guys had put the information on the bus and went through the extra expense to make it fun on the slides. So, yes. Any other comments from the board?
I just like to comment about the HOP program and the Summit program. And as much as I understood them, I was just really happy with what they had to say. I think it's a really good program and a good thing for us to be doing.
Tony and I went to the Mojave College, orientation, and it's so cool because they have counselors from Mojave College, they've got Kingman Unified School District support, they learn how to fill out FAFSA, they learn how to build out their curriculum as it goes towards their degree. They have both the tutors at the Kingman Unified as well as Mojave College. It's just awesome. I'm so excited for that program. And I can't see any kid who has got a college pathway in their future not needing that level of support to gently ease them out of the nest. And it was,
It was good. It was very good. Any others? Because I have one. But I had the opportunity to be at the city council meeting last week where Kingman Unified School District was being gifted a retired police car to our law and safety CTE. And so it was just really awesome to see. We had 4 students there to receive and see the presentation. They pulled it off. I was like, it's on the consent agenda. And they pulled it off so that the presentation could be made. And it was just really just we have a very supportive community. And so I'm just so appreciative of all the work that everyone does to make our give our students a level of success that you just don't see that everywhere. So.
Yeah.
With that, I will bring us to item number 21 and adjourn the meeting at 5:48.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, we have to have a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Now. There we go. My other meetings, I don't have to do the. We just